and welcome back to my channel. So for today's Lock Tip Tuesday, I'm going to be showing you some alternative methods to dyeing your hair, especially if you would like jet black. I am using the Ayurvedic medical system. Ayurvedic, also known as Ayurveda, is one of the oldest medical systems probably in history. It's over 3,000 years old, derived from India, and it's a herbal system, that uses natural plants and herbs to achieve either medicinal purposes or what you want them to achieve depending on the herb. So I'm using the Henna and Indigo two-step process to dye my hair jet black. I've been using this system probably for the last couple of years before I was locked, so my hair is used to it. I'm just retouching it, but I'll show you how to do it. You want to use henna as the first step to dye your hair, and what it does is kind of like, the best way for me to explain it is kind of like a developer. In the chemical process, you use the developer mixed with the chemical or before to help lift the color out of your hair. The henna doesn't actually lift the color out of your hair, but it does coat your hair really well, so that way whatever color your hair is, it will cover that. So if you have gray and you want your hair black or brown, you use the henna, and then once you take that henna out, assuming that you leave it in long enough, your gray will turn into like a red or a sandy red or a dusty red. And then you apply the indigo on top of that after you wash the henna out, and then it will change that to whether you want it to be black or brown. And the colors just depends on what process you use. I'm using the Henna and Indigo two-step process, meaning that I'm using all henna the first time and then all indigo the second time to achieve black. But if you want to achieve brown, then you would mix those products together 50-50 to achieve a brown color. So I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Some other stuff that you would like to know before you try the Henna Indigo two-step process is that it does not mix very well with chemicals. So if you're going to use the natural process, then stay natural, because sometimes it's hard for chemical hair to be changed by henna or vice versa, or sometimes you won't get the exact same color that you want to achieve because natural doesn't always mix with chemicals, I guess. I really can't explain why it doesn't mix well, but if you do some research on YouTube, there are some people who have dyed their hair with chemicals. Like with me, I'll post a video below how I dyed my hair using some kind of chemical. I don't remember what brand it was, but it was without lye, but it was still a chemical. I dyed my hair all red, and then I got tired of the red, and then I used the Henna and Indigo two-step process to dye my hair jet black. It worked, but some people have had bad experiences. I don't know if it's because my hair was black before that and I haven't really used too many dyes, and then it just worked. I'm not really sure, but I'll go ahead and show you how to use this.
So all you have to do is add the henna to a bowl. Then you want to take some water, distilled water, to mix it. And here I'm using some leftover henna that I set in the freezer. As long as you put whatever you have left over in the freezer, it will not go bad, and it actually is a little bit more stronger. So you want to save all of your henna, and you mix that well. You want the consistency to look like pancake batter, not too thick but not too runny at all. Now I'm adding some lemon juice. You can also use salt or sea salt. That just helps release the dye a lot faster.
Alright, so the first thing that you want to do is put on some gloves The henna and indigo is very strong, and after a while, if you keep it on there, it will stain everything it touches. So make sure you put on some gloves and put a towel around the area or the floor that you're going to be applying the product. This is what it looks like. Kind of like pancake batter, but green. Okay, so I have just wrapped my locks in saran wrap so I can sit like this for 4 to 6 hours just so that the henna can really penetrate my locks. And the excess henna I am going to store in a little Tupperware and save that and put that in the freezer. Alright guys, so as you can see, the color of my locks has changed. It will darken up after I wash it out, but you can see the tint of it is kind of like a red tint. You can see where I didn't apply as much right here. I was still kind of black. So when I wash it out, it should still have a slight tint of red to it, and that'll just allow the indigo to stick to that. Okay, so it's been about 5 hours, and based off of the color, it seems like I'm gonna have a pretty good turnout. What I went ahead and did before I go ahead and wash the henna out, I mixed the indigo the same exact way that I did the henna, but without the lemon. You can use the lemon. Some people use sea salt, anything that's pretty much acidic to release the dye. The only thing is that the indigo, it only takes 20 minutes to release its dye. So that's why I'm doing it only 20 minutes before I go ahead and apply it to my hair. It usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes to thoroughly wash the henna out. So I'm going to set this to the side, wash the henna out, and then apply the indigo. And you'll know when this releases its dye, when the indigo releases its dye, because this green will turn into a black, and I'll show you that. It took me about 15 minutes to wash the henna out of my locks. And if you can see that little brown tint and on my ends, it has not lifted, I keep wanting to say lifted like a developer, but it has covered my locks. My hair is no longer black, it's like a brownish color, but it's not really showing up very well on the camera, but hopefully you can see that brownish tint that it has to it. That's what the indigo is going to stick to. Everything is completely out of my locks. You just keep washing until you don't see any more brown. Look at that. That is why they call it indigo. And it is turning black. Alright guys, I am done with the washing process. I just shampooed and conditioned the henna out of my locks. I applied some oil to my scalp and a little bit of aloe vera gel to the rest of my locks, so it's still wet, but I do want to show you the results. As always, it turns out really nice. It is pretty nice and black. The good thing about indigo is that it takes 2 days to actually oxidize, so the color that you see will get darker in a couple of days. That's why a lot of people say they actually achieve a blue black using the two-step henna and indigo process. But so as far as the indigo, I was sent the indigo. I used the Henna Glow indigo powder, and they sent me 2 packages. It's gonna take usually 2 packages to do your hair unless your hair is extremely short, but I'm going to give this away to 1 subscriber. This indigo powder is 100% natural, vegan, no PPD, ammonia, chemicals, artificial colors, preservatives, metallic salts, or oxidizing agents. It's all natural. The more natural it is, the better for your hair. And I believe that's why my hair feels really, really good. It's really moisturized. It feels like I just did a deep conditioning, but I got the benefit of coloring my locks as well. If you would like to get a head start on the henna and indigo process, I will post the website where I get the henna from, just in case you don't have a local Indian store near you. But as far as the indigo, if you are a subscriber to my channel, if you post something on my Instagram featuring the Henna Glow indigo powder, then you have twice the chance of winning. And they also want you to follow them on their Facebook, and I will post all those links below. So if you have any questions, comments or concerns about this process, I'll be sure to put as much details as far as the directions in the description box below. If you have any other questions that I did not answer, please feel free to ask me, but ask me in the description box, because somebody else may have those same questions rather than DMing me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, let me know with the thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And until next time, signing out.